Morning all. Still a bit of a dark start. It's 6:30. Although, you know, as you're getting in the lorry at 6:30 in the morning now, the birds are singing. There's a little bit of light on the horizon. It's kind of, it's not so bad. So I haven't done a life on the road for a little while, but now we're in the office, Mondays and Fridays. So now it's kind of different. In the old days, I used to be on the road and then I'd try and get my job for the morning, then I was done. Now I'm bidding, I'm looking for my job for the morning on the banners, and Gemma's looking as well. And when we get 3 jobs for the morning, we work out who's going where. And today of our 3 jobs, we got the usual one that comes out of GXO. Put that one on Harry. Harry's comfortable with that one. We got one going over to Thurrock first thing in the morning, tipping at 9. Put that one on Roy. And this one is going to Liverpool. And because the other boys don't stay out of a night time, although Harry has got the bed and I haven't, I've got the old day caveat. I said to Jem, well, it makes sense for me to take the Liverpool job because chances are it's a long way. Otherwise, do we get paid enough on a job to pick it up, drive all the way to Liverpool, tip it and drive all the way back empty? But it's a long way to come back empty. And you're doing more money in diesel than you would be doing in a hotel. So chances are, and it's an easier day as well. You know, 4 hours drive, job done. But then what I will try and do is I'll try and get one on in Liverpool this afternoon, which hopefully can be tipping first thing in the morning, or even a second job, or yeah, you know, like get the in-between or a second job, or even you could get one on in Liverpool in the morning, that or Liverpool this afternoon, that needs to be tipped somewhere down south first thing in the morning, and even if I don't make it all the way home. That's the irony. You may end up in sort of like a travel lodge in Northampton or Milton Keynes, despite the fact you're only half an hour away from home because you run out of driving time. In fairness, if it was Milton Keynes, I'd find somewhere to park it for the night and I'd get the wife to come and get me. But in the meantime, I suppose better start the motor. Turn the thing on. There we go. Beep. Start the motor. And it's time to hit the road. Let's go and see what today holds. Okay, been on the road now 42 minutes, just over half hour. So far I had 2 texts and 1 phone call. Good game, isn't it? Obviously the texts just show up on the banners and the phone call comes in on the hands-free. The wonderful Amazon. 25 quid. Amazon, delivered to you by delivery drivers, wonderful people. Yeah, one from Roy, which was just picked up as a photo to show me that the load strap, which is nice to see. And one from my mate, who's given us the GXO job, saying, can you please put in, they're now asking for what time did you get there and what time did you leave. Why? I don't know. Right, it's not the reason why, but of course I said, yeah, I'll sort it. So then I've kind of, I've gone to the driver and gone, can you put in your times in and out? At which point he went, well, we don't even get a manifest anymore, we now just get some bits of paper. And I went, well, can you write the names down on the bits of paper? Would that be okay, like, you know? Got here 6 o'clock, left here 6:45. Would that be okay? And next to signature in the name. You know, you got a pen, I assume. Yes, and the joke is that's the easy job. That's the one that picks up at Milton Keynes in the morning, then it goes to St Albans, then it goes to Saffron Walden, and then sometimes it goes back to Milton Keynes. And by the time you're back to Milton Keynes, that's pretty much you've done. Day's money, good day's money. Finishing, starting Milton Keynes, finishing Milton Keynes, no diesel. Fabulous. But he's getting the needle now because the fork truck drivers are never anywhere to be seen, which is true. I, fortunately, because I've actually did it a lot enough, I actually got in with one of the fork truck drivers, so I've got his number. But I don't give it to the driver because that's not really fair, is it? Because the fork truck driver, I think, is out doing his cages, and it's like, can you look, just leave me alone, will you? I've got stuff to do. So, ways and means. As regarding this one, sat-navs are having a walk. One's keeps telling me I should go down these small country lanes, and we're going with road lords, which is telling me hopefully give him the easy drive. So now when I get there, there's on the lead up to this industrial estate, there's a railway bridge. and I've checked. I didn't check it on Google Earth. I should have done, but I checked it on the sat navs, and both of them took me the same way. And both of them, it strikes me the only way into this industrial estate is under this railway bridge, and also, and I even went. I googled the industrial estate last night as well, and a couple of people said a bit of a narrow lane for Arctics. Well, I can live a narrow lane for Arctics because A, narrow lane doesn't mean takes the roof off, and B, I'm not in an Arctic, I'm in an 18 ton. So yeah, well, we are quarter of an hour away. I'll show you it when we get there. Right, we're coming up to the bridge. Oh look, hey, not a tunnel, a bridge. We like bridges. Bridges go over railways as opposed to under them, which means you can't take the top of your hat off, unless of course they've got a width restriction, a weight restriction on them, rather, which this one clearly hasn't. In fairness, I didn't have to panic too much. What's that going there? No, actually, but he's on about that one. I did because I'm not the first one in to do this job. This job has come in quite an awful lot recently. It's picking up over the kind of Royston way, and they're all going out to Amazons. So on the plus side of things, when I get to Amazon on the other side, it should be easy to find, and I'm hoping that the time that it's taking me to get over to here and the time it's taking me to get to Liverpool, I can do in under 4.5 hours, which means I can get me breaking on Amazon. Right, I'm at the park now, I better go and find it. If only they could all be that easy. Found it straight away. No low bridge, nice to see. And now loaded in 15 minutes, 6 pallets, nice and light. Doesn't even really need an 18 ton, to be honest with you. But it might be the case that on the other end, they only take 18 tons. You know, we've had this one before. I've been at the Sainsbury's before with like a pallet of Coke, which had like 24 cans of Coke on it. I said, I can get this in the boot of my car. And went, yeah, if you come in anything less than 7.5 ton, we don't take you. So we'll have a look now. LL337AP. Let's put it on the old sat nav. L337AP. 149 miles. 4 hours. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? So I'm going to have to stop on the way up there. Put it on the road lords as well, just be on the safe side. Right, that's going to make any difference. So I'm due there at turn the thing on. I'm due there at 12 o'clock with me break. Is that right? No, sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm due there at 11:30 with me break 12:15. So that's not too bad, is it? So say we're into Amazon for 12:15. I don't want to discover on my maps, thank you. Yeah, so into Amazon for 12:15. Out of there 1:15, 1:30 maybe. So I should be looking for it. Really, I'm going to be looking for jobs in that case that are collecting this afternoon, delivering somewhere in the morning, or I might have time to get one on a shorter one. Short ones aren't worth the same kind of money. As always, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Still, it was brightening up a bit anyway. I neglected to mention when I looked at that, there's a booking time on it. So it's all well and good me going, well, I'm going to make it up there for about 12:30. But the truth of the matter is, I'm booked in at Amazon at 2:30. Now there's a possibility that you're 2 hours early, they might let you in. Normally they'll give you an hour either side, so chances are I probably won't even, let's say maybe I get in there at 1:30. They go, you were too early, come back in an hour or so, and then I'm on a bait for an hour, 2:30, maybe out of there by 3, and then you're looking at a 4.5 hour journey home, 7.5 hours. Now bearing in mind I started on the road this morning at about 6:30, 7:30. I'm still inside my working day and all that kind of stuff. But would you really want to do a 4-hour drive at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Could do it. It's not worth it. Alternatively, go around the corner, find yourself a travel lodge. Very nice, thanks very much. Got my chicken soup with me hot chocolate, or getting my kit ready to go, get myself Marks and Spencer's pre-packed sandwich, and stick on an exploding helicopter film. I did remember, because I had the thing recently, because I've been doing I've been in the office for a little while. I had the bizarre idea of setting up a load of phones in front of me, an idea which I will now please to say has been very quickly kicked in the touch. I'll show you when we get around to it. But I did remember to pick up my iPad thing, because my phone's got a really tiny irritating dot, which isn't even that irritating anymore in a minute. I picked up my iPad thing, so we got on a bit of Netflix, loading helicopter film, that'll be fine. It's the easiest day. I sometimes do days like this, where it's like pick up in Milton Keynes, drop off in Hythe. When you're done by about lunchtime, maybe a bit earlier than lunchtime, part of your way home, back at the yard about 2:30. You get just under a day's money, but it's easy. One collection, one drop off. This one is one collection, one drop off. The collection, easy to find. The drop off, it's Amazon. You can't miss them. They're it's like the Empire. They're huge warehouse with this Amazon plaster all over it. And I've got the right paperwork, and I've got the right codes, so that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, in an ideal world, from my point of view, not from my customers, but from my mates who give me the job, they get rejected. No, we're not taking that, mate. It's like, oh no, I've got to return it. I'll return it tomorrow. That ain't gonna happen. So, but in the meantime, I've got the alerts up, so I'm having to look for anything that's coming out of the Liverpool area, collecting this evening, delivering tomorrow, or collecting tomorrow, delivering tomorrow. I shall keep you informed. And sometimes, just sometimes, it all looks like it's going your way. So, one thing's up, collecting in Preston tonight at 4 o'clock. That gives me plenty of time, doesn't it? I went to Amazon at 2:30. That's a worry, isn't it? I'm going to take it from Amazon to from Liverpool to Preston. Should be fine. I'm in there at 2:30 at the latest, but I'm going to be there early. So, I mean, I guess if I get held up, I'll have to ring it. Collecting in Preston tonight. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be there at about 12:30. So there's a possibility I could be done early. I could, never going to happen. I could be in at 12:30, I could be out by 1 o'clock. It's never going to happen, say 1:30. In which case I'll get to Preston maybe 2:30, and I'm going to be hanging around for an hour and a half, is what I thought. But yeah, collecting in Preston this afternoon needs to go down to Dunstable with the booking time tomorrow of 11 o'clock. And I've got fair money on it. I've got £2 a month. It's not special, but it's booked in. So now I can just sit back and relax for the rest of my day and hope. Now the only problem now is making sure that I get into Amazon and undone in Amazon and get to the collection at a time. Then I get Preston on board, make my way down the motorway as far as I possibly can, find somewhere safe to park, and drop off in the morning. Looks like it's going my way. Let's hope it continues that way, eh? Right, we're cleared the tricky bit in Birmingham now. That's kind of basically from where you can split up from the toll. over Spaghetti Junction. In fairness, it's not really clear till we pass the RAC building. We'll get the RAC building coming up on the right any time now. And then that's the tricky bit. And once you pass that, traffic tends to ease up a little bit because Birmingham can get very busy. Fortunately, the time we're going through at like 9:30, 10 in the morning, not super scary. If you're going to hit it at 8 o'clock in the morning, different calculation. And I've been doing the maths on it, and technically, theoretically, I could all do this in one go. So we're going up to Liverpool. That's going to take 4.5 hours. But no, but first of all, we had to go across the Royston, then Liverpool. That's 4.5 hours. Then Liverpool to Blackburn. That's another hour. That's 5.5 hours. That leaves me 4.5 hours on my clock. And then we've got Blackburn down to Dunstable, 4 hours. So that leaves half an hour either side. The thing is, half an hour just isn't enough. I mean, all it needs is a little bit of traffic, or a vehicle broken down in the lane or something like that, and you're done. Fortunately, it doesn't matter, because what I can do is I can get to Liverpool, get tipped, get to Blackburn, get loaded, and then basically head to Dunstable, which is where I'm heading anyway. A, it's where I live, and B, it's where I'm dropping off, and get as far as I possibly can. And if it turns out, by some strange miracle, that I have got enough time, because I can see on the clock that the tacho now, I've got the modern tacho now, I've got the stone that I wanted this, so I don't want to change. Hour and 21 left on that. Yeah, it will tell me how long I've got before I have to stop, and the sat nav will tell me how far I've got before I get back to the yard. And if it turns out that I can't do it, it will be slightly frustrating. Like I say, I could find myself in a situation where I stop at Tollington and end up staying in a travel lodge in Tollington. Like I say, if I'm that close to home, I think I'll get someone to come and get me. But no, maybe not Tollington. Maybe somewhere like Northampton. But so be it. Because what's the difference between stopping in Northampton and stopping in Loughborough or Prescott itself? The only difference being when I get up in the morning, I haven't got so far to travel. You know, I'll only have to go. Oh, I could have done the toll road, by the way. That would have saved me 7 minutes. But 7 minutes for 13 quid. And it's not going to say that those 7 minutes will be. It will be frustrating if it turns out those 7 minutes are the final 7 minutes I needed to get back to the yard. But, you know, also 13 quid, that's almost the half the price of the hotel. So, I'm not going to take a chance on that one. But we'll just have to wait and see. Like I say, I'm steadily doing it. This is the way to do it. Nice and steady. The sat nav is saying I'll be in Liverpool in an hour and 46, but I won't be because I've got to stop between now and then. So I reckon we're going to be in Liverpool around about 12:30ish. And then that's the first big hope. Can we get it off in Liverpool at 12:30 in Amazon, despite the fact we've got a booking time for 2:30? I will go in with the light. Mate, I've only got 6 pallets, I've got a pump truck, I've got a tail lift, I'm happy to take it off myself. If you've got a ramp, I don't mind taking it off on a ramp. I don't know that a lot of hope. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, onwards and upwards. There's the RAC building. That's the second end of the corridor, and just as we're coming up to the RAC building, the lights on the gantry say 60 miles an hour again, up from 40. Higher than a 40! Nothing for a pair in this game. Well, you do, you get a bit of extra speed. So, right, that's the power uphill. Off we go then. Right, 1 mile till services and 25 minutes left on my clock. I could probably push on to the next one, which is 13 miles away, and I probably could make it. There's a red line through that says no lorries, which I'm pretty sure doesn't actually apply because I'm pretty sure I've been there before. But why bother? You know, I'm gonna have to stop anyway, so we are going to be stopping now. I say we should be putting in. We're due there about 10, so we should still get there about 12:30. So I'm still going to be 2 hours early. Give me a chance to pull over here, get a little rest up, have a cup of tea, maybe make a video. I've been falling behind in my questions lately, so it's time to go through the book or to go through the notes in the phone and start answering the things that I should have been doing. So anyway, let's go and get yourself parked up and speak to you soon. Right, that's it. My break's nearly over. Just waiting for the last one to tick over. Wait for that to go to 45. I put the sat nav back up again. 53 minutes to get there, and on the clock at the moment we've got 4 hours and 7 minutes, which means I shall be hitting Liverpool bang on 5 hours, which gives me 5 hours, because I've got a 10-hour driving day on me week, to get from Liverpool to Blackburn and then Blackburn to Dunstable. It's an hour from Liverpool to Blackburn, and it's 3.5 hours from Liverpool to Dunstable in a car. Just can't see it happening. But like I say, I ain't going to break my neck. That's my time up. What I will do is I shall go at a nice steady pace. I mean, we've still got the fear that I'm not going to get delayed in Amazon. But what I'll do again, if for some reason I get delayed in Amazon, if it looks like I'm going to be there a mighty long time, I will ring the firm. This is fun, isn't it? Yeah. I'll ring the firm and go, I've been sitting on a bay for 2.5 hours now, or I'm not off that. You better ring your customer and either say I'm going to be late, or I've got to collect it in the morning, or you're going to have to put another truck on. Because you can't, when I book a job that needs to be picked up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the firm that I'm obviously going with know that I'm not going to be sitting around all day. I'm not going to bid at 10 o'clock in the morning and not wait for 6 hours to pick up a job at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's going to be other jobs that lorry's doing first. Just keep the shipper in the loop and you'll be fine. Give as much warning as possible and you'll be fine. Most of the time you're going to have to be a little bit late, aren't you? So, and I've looked to where I'm going to, and it looks like a distribution centre or like a warehouse, or it's kind of like like a shipper in themselves. So anyhow, if I ever get out of here, when the guys up front work out what they're doing, we're going to head off to Amazon. Like I say, we'll be there at 12:30. I've got a booking time at 2:30. I'm going to be 2 hours early. I'm just going to have to ask very nicely, aren't I? Well, I'm guessing that's our unit up ahead. So it is now, pretty much on time. I say pretty much on time for the fact of the time I expected to get here at 12:30, with a booking time at 2:30. So now it's in the lap of the gods on whether they let me in and we get it off quickly, or 3 hours later I am still sitting here waiting to get tipped. Wish me luck, wouldn't you?